Hi, in this video, we're going to set up your first 11 basic Google apps for your digital master account. So this account I've created in a previous video, and I've created it so that it's basically going to be your administrator account, calling it your digital master key account. And from this free Google account, we're going to build out other IT systems. But this is going to be the very important account to be able to access all of those. It's not a user account. It's not going to be one that you use for client-facing material. And the one I'm currently using is just a demo account, and I'm only building it now. So as I go through this, it's years since I've done some of this stuff. So we're going to see what pops up, and hopefully that's what you would see, and you'll just follow those instructions and do pretty much the same. So this is on a Google Chrome browser with a Google profile that we've created as a new account, which is your business name at gmail.com. It's going to be your administrator account. So when you're in a large IT infrastructure for a big organization, you would have user accounts. So everybody gets their personal email, their name at the business name. And somehow that all has to be managed. And it's not managed by one person, because if that one person doesn't stay in the organization, if they're the only ones that know the password to it and they keep it, they take it with you. And all your IT systems will go with them. And that's a huge risk. So you have an administrator account, and that administrator account is often, or administrative access, and that administrative access is often given to a couple of individuals. So if one goes, someone else can get into it and change the passwords. That's how we'd have to set it up. So on this one, you're going to be using this as your digital master key, but it is not a client-facing account, and it is not a personal account to be used for your organization. But let's set it up with 11 Google applications that we're going to use as part of our infrastructure going forward. So first one will be Gmail. So let's click on here and we'll open this Gmail. This is the first time I've actually done this on this account, so it might be a little slow. But here we are. Turn on smart features to get more out of Gmail chat and Meet. We're going to open those in a moment. I go with yes, turn on the smart features. Some people may not. You're going to read this because this will be your account and see if you want to do it. I'm going to go yes. Smart features for Google Workspace, I'm up for that. I'm not getting into the exact details of everything in here. This is for you to read. And part 3, smart features for Google products. We're in. Your Google account settings have changed. You need to reload Gmail. Right, let's reload that one. So I'm going to close my other tab. Now in Google Chrome browser, you can have multiple tabs open up here, and I'll open all 11 through here. So if someone were to email this account, it would pop in here, and you could send an email out from here. And it's pretty much plug and play. It works. You've set up your account. Have we got that hide there? Let's hide that one. Yeah. So the next thing we're going to open, suppose you already know how to use email. I'm not talking through how to use each of these applications. I'll give you a brief overview of some of them. We'll open contacts. So hit this icon and we'll look for contacts. There's our contacts. Let's open that one. What you'll be able to do is put this, if you need it, on your mobile phone. I probably would just keep it to a desktop version. So we've 0 contacts in there. It's a brand new account. That's fine. Contacts is just basically a contact list. It is not a CRM or a customer relationship management system. A lot of people try and use it as that, but that's just a list of your contacts, phone numbers, email addresses, and that's it. But you can label them, and it is kind of useful sometimes when you get into labels, whether they could be a business or they might be a personal one, because you might work as business to business or you might work business to client. Next one, we're going to open a new tab and we're going to look at chat. Let's find that one in here. There, chat. So you have email. Email, bit slow. If you want a bit more of a faster prompt, you would use Google Chat. And this is a great feature if you're going to use it. A lot of people, and we will be using WhatsApp. I will give you my pros and cons of using WhatsApp. So it's a chat feature. The great thing with this is the information in here is backed up. So if you lose your device, you'll be able to log in and get it again. Now, regarding backups, it's actually that what you've signed up is if there is an outage, because it's a private account, you could potentially lose all your data. You are not paying for backups. So if it becomes absolutely critical later in the organization, we'll get into a separate video on backups. You would want to store that information separately and have multiple copies of it. However, the way Google have set up their infrastructure would be very unlikely that the information would go down compared to many years ago when we had this stuff on a server or a physical computer under someone's desk in an organization, and the hard disks would break and all their backup would be gone. But those days are a little behind us now. Google Chat is a good one because it's quite easy to get your chat history, which is important to us if you're using this account. Next one we're going to open would be our Google Calendar. This we will quite likely make use of it later in the whole infrastructure for your trades business. We're going to click on this icon and we're going to look for Calendar. Calendar is a great feature. Welcome to your new Google Calendar on mobile apps. Yes, if you were setting this up as your user account, I would probably stick it on my mobile phone as well. At the moment, we're not going to use it on this demo. So you've got it. But you can get that on the Play Store or the Apple Store. Reloading calendar. Happy days. And here it loads up. Great. We're going to stick with the system. Keep it nice and bright. Some of these are holidays in the UK. That's where I'm based. So they've got the King's birthday coming up. In Google Calendar, there are two sections here before I move on to it. Over here we have switch to calendar, and here we have switch to tasks. So Google have introduced tasks in your Google Calendar because you normally want to diarize them. So you can add tasks in here. I must contact BlueWood Office and get help. I must hit the like button. I must hit the like button. My typing and subscribe. There we go. So you can do that now if you find these helpful, and we'll add that, and it will remind us later if we want to put a reminder on it and when to do it. Okay, great. And we're going to switch back to our calendar view now. We didn't calendarize that task, but it would be in here if we'd calendarized it. Okay, next one we're going to go to is Google Keep. Hit our apps here, not slides, it's yellow as well. It's Keep that we want. Google Keep is like a notepad, and when you start getting into this, you can share it with other people that have a Google account, and this can be a nice, useful way to delegate tasks to other people in a list format. Let it load. This is loading for the very first time in here. Still loading. That's taking a little longer to load than I expected. Let's come back to Google Keep whilst that loads up. After Google Keep, this is a really powerful application to use on this account. Photos. This will come in useful later because when you create your website, you're going to want to use pictures of the job that you're doing as a tradesperson on the site, before and after photos, and you want to store them somewhere that can be shared with other people that have access to it. Your admin people, you're going to share it with your marketing department or your marketing people, or you if it's sticking with you, and have them in one place. So it'll integrate with the other applications that we're going to use as well. This will integrate with the other applications that we're going to use later. So it's a really useful tool to keep your photos in Google Photos. Let's do OK on that. Now, AI, if you haven't got into AI yet, artificial intelligence, now is a good time to get into it. Let's look. Don't have it listed in this one. Under More, Gemini. Google's AI version is called Gemini. If you haven't started using this, start using it. Chat with Gemini. We sure will. All right, you're going to read through your terms and conditions. I'm going to go yes, thanks, and start to use it. Thank you. Welcome to Gemini. We could have a look at this video. I'm going to stay updated on these improvements. This is for you to read. Hello, BlueWood. Hi, Gemini. This is a really powerful tool if you start using AI. There are other versions, ChatGPT by OpenAI, and of course Microsoft have theirs as well. There are other versions out there. But on this account, we'll use the free version. So let's keep that open there too. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that one, 7 tabs. 7 tabs, a few more to go. Here, we're going to open Google Drive. Google Drive is your filing cabinet. Going back a little while ago now, I used to have, my job was to do the filing. So when items were sold, I would have all the paper-based invoices of materials that were sold for how much, and then someone would write it up on a computer afterwards, and I had to take those physical paper files and physically put them in a filing cabinet in a drawer with the customer's name, so that when they came looking for their invoices, we would be able to go up to the filing cabinet and look through those files, and we had to arrange them by date. And we go through, look for the number, find the files. Oh, you bought these on whatever date, and send them a photocopy of it. Nowadays, happy days, computing has totally changed that. But this is our filing cabinet, electronic filing cabinet, and we can store all sorts of stuff in here. Okay, so this is going to tell us how we can use it a little, and we can do all sorts of things in there. We're going to go, okay. So my drive over here, this is your personal space, and it will connect to your computers if you wish later. And you can create folders in here, and then within the folders, you're going to create files. Now, we have a structure for setting up your folders based on our, let's go to it, BlueWood Office, and it is this one. And I will tab that in the, I didn't right click and I'm going to pin that because I want to show you this. Based on our FSmartF framework, we're going to organize our files in these categories so that anything to do with admin will go into admin folder and or a subfolder within admin. Anything to do with finance and bookkeeping, we're going to put it into that folder for finance, for revenue and finance and bookkeeping, and keep it in there as well. So we're actually going to do it as if you would do it in real life, logically store it and be able to find it. That way, when it's systemized and if someone else needs to find it, I know they can search for it, but they'll also know logically where it is, and it'll be easier to organize it and find it. That's your Google Drive. Super application. Next one we're going to open is Google Meet. Google's version of video conferencing and calling. Absolutely useful. You could meet a client instead of driving out to their site and have it calendarized and video call them, and they can talk you through one of the jobs on what you're doing. You don't have to go to site. I use this video calling over Google Meet. I use it on WhatsApp and other applications as well, depending on what the customer actually uses, and make it simple for them. And it's a super useful tool. This has saved me so many trips traveling out to people's sites, and in some instances I've actually been able to explain to them what to do and they were able to help themselves. So I know I was doing myself out of a job, but it helped them and they came back to me another time with other work, so everybody was happy. After Google Meet, we're going to go on to two other applications that very few people, okay, probably a lot of people use them, but not many use them fully. They are super useful. First one being Google Sites. Let's open that one. Try Sites for work. No, I don't want to try Sites for work. I'm simply going to sign in and use Google Sites on the free account. Thank you. Welcome to new Google Sites. Effortlessly create beautiful sites on your team, project, or event. Google Sites can create websites, and those websites you can publish and use as your website. It's free. You can do a lot with it. It's very, very useful. We're not going to create one now. That's for a different video. When I've sorted it out, it'll be there somewhere, or check it out on our website where the link is. Google Sites, got that open. New tab, we've got, let's close that one. Don't need that one. Let's do a new tab, plus icon. Click this button, and similar to Sites, we're going to create a Google Blogger site. Blogger. This is super useful for organizations if you continually write tutorials or just posts about what you're doing or case studies. And it's a very good site to be able to use separate to your website. So we're going to keep one in here. We're going to hit sign in. So it's asking me prove who I am. It's going to verify who I am. This is a little unusual to the other applications that it makes you verify who you are. Yep, let's verify it. To continue, verify it's you. Enter your password. I don't want passkeys for now. So we're going to go not now to the passkeys. We want to keep it straightforward enough. Recovery number. Okay, let's set this up. You're going to enter your recovery number. I'm going to put the organization's number in there. Okay, there. I am not going to set a home address. Your home address are used to personalize your experiences across Google products for ads and purposes. You can change or remove this address at any time in settings. Skip it. I'll add this in later. Okay, so European law requires you to give European visitors information on cookies. Yes, that you're collecting on the blog. So we're going to do this and set it up later. So what is this going to be called? Give it a name, and you can change the name afterwards and create multiple blogs. So let's call this one the same as our name here, BlueWood Pro. And it'll tell you whether that's available or not. So this address is available. So this is going to have a published blog site, and it's going to be using Google Bloggers address or unique reference. So this will create a blog post on this web address. Now later we're going to change that and put it under your business name address or your business name address because you're setting it up. And we'll hit next for now and display the name. We will say bluewood.pro. Let's finish that. So that's doing a bit of work for us. That's what it looks like. So there is a notice on here. You can learn more about it. On here then, you get multiple templates to set up on this and various themes to set up for your blog. Have a play around with that, and they're quite useful. But for now, these are the key applications that you would end up using on your digital key account. We've set up here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's our 11 initial accounts. There are more later that we're going to set up for marketing for other tasks as well. But if you follow through this far and things are working for you, setting up your own systems, do give it a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right, until next time, in the next one, we're going to get into more of these actual applications and how to use them for your business. In the next one, till then, cheers.